Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Art in the Morning with BB. We have BB. I love it. I love it. Awesome. Awesome, Bridget. Thank you so much. Okay, so we will probably do some coloring today. I don't know. I might do a couple different recordings, but I thought I'd start off first. A couple of things. One is somebody sent me the Magical City color book. It is awesome. And it came from the book depository. And because the price is in pounds, I'm thinking it came from the UK. So whoever sent it to me, I think this book is awesome. But I had no idea who sent it. There was no name. I couldn't track it because the tracking came from the book depository. But it came with a nice little bookmark. Isn't that awesome? So, and thanks everybody for being here. It's an impromptu Wednesday morning and got quite a few people here for an impromptu. Thanks everybody for being here. If you have any questions, put them in caps so I know you're talking to me. Thanks, and it's nice to see some new people. Thanks everybody. And if you don't follow me on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, I'm Dee Dee Willingham on Facebook. You don't have to follow me to see my artwork over there. It's I have those albums public. You just have to go to the Facebook and into my photos and look at albums. And then under albums, I have like 3 or 4 different ones that are public. And then on Instagram and Twitter, I'm Inkywell, INKIWELL, or you can find me at Dee Dee Willingham too. So, hey, Miss Anita K, thanks for being here. So anyway, I don't have any idea who sent this to me, but it's an awesome book. I haven't seen it in the stores, so I'm not saying it is or isn't in the stores here, but I have not seen it. But it's called The Magical City, a color book. Lizzie Mary Gullen, and it's got like a fold out so you could color this. Now it's slick, so you'd probably have to do, I would say alcohol markers, maybe some water-based markers, but I don't know if they'd stick. But anyway, I think that's just awesome that the inside cover and the back here. Isn't it cool? And then there she is. She says, Lizzie May Cullen is a multi award winning illustrator, speaker, and artist based in London. So maybe it's only available in London. I don't know. I have not looked because did not know it. Thanks, Carrie. I did not know about this book. It's put out by Penguin, and I just think what's really cool about it at the beginning, it says, see how many of these you can find. And then it has a hidden fox, a cat, a crab, a possum, a seal, a panda, 2 rats, 2 lions, 2 kangaroos, 3 dragons, 18 birds, and 22 fish. And so they're hidden in there. And then it says, or if they're being too elusive, turn to the back and find the answers. So it's just really an awesome, like, kind of like hunt for stuff and color stuff. So it's really, really cool. So whoever sent this, I will be coloring in it and sharing it and showing it because it's really awesome. Let me see. I think I need to turn my camera just to tilt this way. It's wanting to kind of bend that way. So yeah, lots of kind of hidden things, lots of cities and architecture, and I don't know, it just really strikes me as something that's fun and I like. And I'm just kind of doing a quick flip here so you can get an idea of some of it. Kind of Gaudi-esque. I don't know. It's kind of cool. So anyway, if y'all are interested in trying to find it, I mean, you could look on Amazon. Oh, and there's also a test page to try out your coloring materials on the practice image so that you can see if it's going to, come through or whatever. So that's what it looks like. It's got like an embossed gold, there we go, title. These look like they would be great in my collage work. Yeah, I don't, because they're double-sided, it's not like one of those things you cut out. I don't know. It's to me it's the whole thing kind of has to stand alone. I'm not sure it would be like cut apart. Like some images have flowers and animals and things that are very individual things on a page, and those individual things are good to cut out. Um, yeah, so I don't have no clue. Have no clue who. Welcome back, Eileen. I have no clue who sent it to me, but thank you, whoever did, from the Book Depository in London. Okay, so yeah, thank you. And we'll see about coloring in that. All right, so so the other thing I wanted to do is color something in the Doodlers Anonymous Epic Color Book. Now, you've seen I've been working in it, different off and on some things I don't finish all at once, like all these buildings. I'll work on a little at a time. Some things I do finish all at once, like, a big page like this, or something like this. This is one, the umbrellas, I work on a little at a time. The one that I'm working on right now is this one, and I'm almost finished with it. I'm adding little details, little dots, some scales, some little grass marks and little dots, and I still have to do all the flowers and things down here. But I really love this book for a couple reasons. One, it's 90 different artists, so there's so much variety, and it's just cool. It's cool art from Doodlers Anonymous group, artists from the Doodlers Anonymous site. And they did an awesome write up on my coloring of their book. And it was just so awesome. So if y'all just check out Doodlers Anonymous, you'll find their site with all the very inspirational and creative artists. I mean, there's tons and tons of artists over there. And you'll just get so inspired and creative. You can't get, you won't get art block if you visit over there. And so, Fox, and so anyway, yeah, you like this image? Is this one of your favorites, Anita? You said? I don't know. I saw a fox. So anyway, I've done quite a few coloring in pages in here, and they featured them on their site. So if you go there, you'll see the little write up, and they link it to UStream and my Twitter, and show a lot of the different pages I've colored. So, it's just, I love the color book. It's nice, thick pages. It's just so many different variety of things. And so, yeah, let me get some more that I've finished. I finished this one there. And I know I've shown them quite a few times. This one. And I'm trying to be real careful to highlight the actual artist that illustrated it, because I just colored them. I add my own touch to it. Let me take a sip of coffee, guys. I add my own touches and patterns and textures, but the real credit goes to the artist that actually did all this. They're just awesome illustrations that I love. Cats use pastels on a color page. It's amazing. Did she seal it? Did she spray seal it when she was done? So, for example, on this one, I did all the storm. I made it stormy, added my own storm, added more hair to the monster, added a little hair to him, like blowing in the wind. So I like to add my own little flair to it. So anyway, I'm not sure which one we'll do today. This one we did pretty much all of it on a stream. I did finish up a little bit of the detail. I finished up like shading some more of the clothes, putting a little bit more shading in the wolfy, and added a few more little details, some more orange and glow around the edge here. So I added a few last little touches after the stream was over, but we pretty much did this one live on stream. And again, like to feature make sure the artist's name is prominent. Yeah, because I would think that if you did things in pastel, either if you close the book, it would get on the other facing page, or it will just rub off with pastel. And I just personally, I don't like the feel of chalkiness. I don't like the dryness of it. It's just I don't like. I mean, I've worked in pastel and drawing in Conte crayons and stuff like that, and chalk like stuff, but just I just don't enjoy the feel of chalk and pastels. You can do some awesome things with it, though. Trust me, you can. I'll look forward to seeing it. So then this one, I know I showed y'all this. I added little antennas and little shoelaces and little dots and things. And this is Ashley Cash. I found her, I followed her on Instagram. So there's just so much. Every page is different. This one right here just had a white background, and I added like the snow and the clouds and like a little bit of a wash to make it look like he could either be going through the clouds or snow. Yeah, me either, Eileen. So the girls in the chat are talking about using chalks and pastels in their color book. So I would think you'd have to definitely take it out and spray seal it. But anyway, so yeah, kind of might want to do her. That would be a good one. Kind of something a little bit, not too tiny because you won't be able, I mean, I'll still zoom in, but doing something very, very tiny will get very, I'll be just doing the same thing over and over. I'd rather do something a little larger that you can see, but that maybe I can still sort of finish. Snap. I like that. I like the snap. Or get close to finishing. And I love these two. I love this too. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Terry. Yeah, they did an awesome write-up about me and, the art I do and the color book pages that I've done for them. But it's a fun, fun book. And this is another one that I like. I like all of them. I like all of them. I'm just trying to do something a little bit larger. Maybe we'll start on this one. Now, I can guarantee you I'm not going to finish a 2-page spread in like a couple of hours. But we could get crack-a-lackin'. Do the big lady line and veg. This one? She's cool, isn't she? She is cool. And I love this one too. Now this one I might be able to finish. Maybe we should work on this because we can probably finish this one. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this one. All right, so I won't zoom in yet. But I do want something to kind of focus the lighting here. Maybe, I don't know if that's really making a difference. Hey, Iffy. Yeah, so here's the cover of the book. Maybe if I let me see about turning this light on. That might help a little too. I don't want it too flashed out, but I don't want it dark either. So how does that look with that light? What do y'all think? I just don't want a shadow. So I think what I'll do is maybe I'll start on this one and we'll see how far we get. And then I'll zoom in when I start like coloring. We'll keep it kind of far away while I'm getting some base coat. And maybe we'll use the, since we were talking about it earlier, using the Neo colors. Let's go ahead and maybe use, well, I'll use a little bit of everything, I gotta say. I'll use Neo colors for a wash, but I might go in there with detail with a marker and shade with pencil. Now, when I say marker, I just mean like water-based, like, these kind of cheap water-based, like you would probably call them kid markers. I'm not using, alcohol-based or Copics or anything like that, which would probably go through, even though this is some of the nicest, thickest paper of any color book that I have. and I have like close to 40 now. and and this one's just really, really sturdy. But even so, your alcohol based markers like Copics or Pro markers or those kind of things will probably go through. So if you wanted to color a page with your Copics and keep it for, color it for yourself and keep it for yourself, I'd say, copy it onto some marker paper that you're used to using with Copics or whatever to keep it and frame it or whatever, because it will go through. And the other thing I always recommend is to put some kind of I have a piece cardstock bits to put behind so that you're not like making indents into the next page. You're welcome. You're welcome for the Happy Meal, Iffy. Tea drinker. Tea drinker. Yeah, she looks like a tea drinker. Yeah. And so anyway, yeah, she's got a little cup in one hand. She's got holding a little house and like in a little bird cage. So what I thought though, yesterday when I did that, let me go ahead and start opening things up. Yesterday when I did that mixed media piece with the, where did I put it? Where did I put it? Because it was drying. Did I move it out of here? Anyway, where I used the dripping, and I'd say, I really don't do dripping, but wouldn't some drips kind of look good around this? I think so. So we might put some drips on there. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to wing it. You're working on this one, Suzanne? Oh my gosh, really? Suzanne, who I met Suzanne, I believe I met her on YouTube. She has this book and she said she's working on this page. Coffee and bird cages in the morning. Yeah, Gary. So what I'm going to start though with is with some washes. Just wash it with some Neo Color 2s. Let me find which one of my two brushes got water in it. You'll have to probably fill it shortly. And what I do when I'm working with Neo Color 2s, I keep a Kleenex. To me, a Kleenex is the best for like cleaning off your brush in between colors. It just soaks it right up better than even a napkin, or anything else. A Kleenex just works really well for cleaning off your brush. Let me kind of tilt this down just a little so get a little closer to me. And so I'm using Neo Color 2s. Let me show you the box. So they're Caran d'Ache Neo Color 2 water soluble. You have to get Neo Color 2, the Roman numeral 2, because Neo Color 1s are just crayons, they're not water soluble. And so you want to make sure and get 2s if you're going to use them as watercolor washes. So I've had this set now. It'll be 3 years, I think, in February. Okay, hang on, guys. Look away if it's going to bother you to move the camera. But I need to tighten up my little gorilla arm here because it keeps kind of swinging to the left. There we go. I think, let's make sure that's going to stay because it kind of just keeps swaying to the left. So they last forever. They're so highly concentrated, highly pigmented that they just last and last. And so how I use them is just with a water brush. And I mean, you can use it like for bigger areas, like let's do some, and I do need another separate sheet here because I do kind of test the colors sometimes to make sure it is the color I want. Like that's pretty bright blue. I'm not sure I want that bright a blue. I kind of like that blue. Okay. So what I'm going to do is you can get a nice concentrate of it. Like I'm going to go just right across here just to start getting it kind of concentrated. But for the rest of washes, I'll just pull it off the brush like this. So I just pull it off the brush and then let me make sure my thing's behind there so that I'm not getting it soaked into the next page. Just adding even a little bit more. And again, you have to remember a couple things. One, I think as far as I know, I've only seen one color book that even has anything similar to watercolor paper. So even though this is thick cardstock paper, it's soaking the water right in. It's not like a watercolor paper. It's not gessoed. It's not so it does soak right in. So if you're expecting to do like real watercolory, blendy stuff on this, it's just not going to be quite like that. It is soaking right in. So you got to kind of, I don't want to say hurry, but you got to kind of keep moving if you want it real any kind of blendy. I'm kind of just trying to get the idea of a sky here because I'm going to have it kind of raining, you know. So I don't know how many Neo colors there are, Jess. Carrie's got a bigger set. I have 84. Carrie's got probably 150 or something like that. I don't know. Um, I don't see her putting in a thing. So I'm just gonna kind of get a little bit of a sky going back here. Yeah, if y'all have questions, put them in caps. Like right under the bird there. And I try, even though I'm streaming, I like to enjoy the process. I like to, it's very relaxing to me to color. And I like to enjoy the process, but it is a stream. So, I am kind of trying to move along. So I have to kind of balance between moving along and enjoying the process, right? So, and I think what I'm going to do, because the cage is see-through, right? It is, you can see the sky behind it. I think what I'll do is I'll do really dark blue, and I'll start with the wash, but I'll probably go in there with color pencils and darken the background of the bird cage. But in the meantime, I think I'm just going to go in here with a heavily concentrated area in the background behind all the little, plants and whatever is going on there, so that it still kind of looks like part of the sky that's you're seeing through, but it's darker inside there. Kind of distinguish it. So I'll just start with the nice dark wash, but I will go in there with color pencil to like velvet it up, you know. So let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and try to zoom in, and I'll just kind of try to keep moving the color book up and down. When I go to do the dripping, I'm going to let this dry, and I could hit it with the heat gun, but I'm going to kind of let that set, and then so the drips will be more like in front. So let me go ahead and see about zooming in a couple of clicks here. Maybe 3. Yeah, that looks good. Now let me re-autofocus, guys. Where's my little card here? This focus is like nothing else I've found in my studio. So there we go. So take the autofocus off. And there. Now we can kind of see. Hopefully it won't flash out too much. When I get my new laptop set up, take care of your coffee. Now, Nina, you need to get crack-a-lacking on that. We're waiting for some streamage from you, girl. I'm just saying. Just saying. Oh, let me put the cap down. It's kind of. So I'm just gonna, might be just a little relaxing here. This is what I should do for an ASMR video. Color, right? And just talk real quiet. And we can use the blue. It's hard for me to talk quiet because I'm so used to talking loud. I remember, well, I won't say what they told me, but people were surprised at how quiet I was on my first couple of streams, years ago. But the reason was because I know my voice is loud. I know my voice is loud, and I did not want to yell. Had no idea the volume to do, for the camera to pick up. So I was like overly compensating and practically whispering. But so to do an ASMR, I just think, I don't know. I would like to. It'd be fun. They're expensive, Jess. I don't remember how much they are. And in Canada, they're probably more. Um, I think I got mine at Blick on a 50% off sale like 3 years ago. And I think they were for the 84 set, like 100 and something, 125 maybe for 50% off. So you got to watch those sales for sure. They're not cheap, but I'm telling you, they last forever. It's like you can't even hardly tell you use them, and I don't use them like I don't like I just did that little bit of coloring at the top. I rarely do much of that. Most of how I use them is just like I'm doing here, just pulling off the pigment and with the water brush. And you'll never, you're not going to run out. They will never run out using them like this. You'd have to color 24/7 to use these babies up. And you can buy individuals as well, like at Blick has them, and I'm sure other places too, both online and in the store. You could buy them individually. So I'm just going to finish coloring in this bit right here with the top of the little cage. So, and even if I don't finish the page, you still get ideas on what you can do. And I try to kind of, if it looks like I'm going to run out of time, stop doing like this and move on to another something so that you can see more progression of the different techniques. It's just so fun. So relaxing. I love coloring. I've always loved coloring since I was a kid. I'm sure most of you guys have too. It didn't take me long to find my voice. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure, Julie. Nanette. I don't know if that Nanette said, I like your voice. I can hear you in my shower. Oh my goodness. Oh, and I gotta tell y'all this. I don't know how many of y'all Blade has hit up. I mean, ask politely for you to sing. He's gonna put together a compilation. Oh, maybe I don't think it's a secret because he's asking everybody that I know to sing, and he's going to put together, all Lang Syne from like A Wonderful Life. That's where he's using the, just to give people look that you remember on It's a Wonderful Life at the end of A Wonderful Life. Can you just sing a little bit of that? I said, Blade, I don't sing. You've never heard me sing. You don't know what you're asking for. He said, but I'm going to put them all together and nobody's really going to notice any one voice or anything like that. He'll probably do like a few seconds of each person singing. So I told him I would. I haven't done it yet. I was going to do it last night, but I got busy. But I'm going to try to do it. So I think he's going to put it together. And I hope I'm not giving anything away. Yes. Yes. And he asked you too, Carrie? Yeah. He got you too? Yeah. So, see, I don't think it's a secret. But if it is, I didn't mean to spoil the secret. So, but anyway, I told him that I would. I said, but, I'm going to just put it on my iPhone and I'm going to message it to you. Please don't put more than like 20 seconds. Please singing because I'm serious. I don't sing. But I don't mind. I don't mind being embarrassed for the group embarrassment. Yeah. And if anybody else wants to do a little, 30-second segment, then message Blade. Yeah, message him. He'll take you. I'm telling you, he'll take anybody. If he'll ask me to do it, he'll take anybody. Trust me. So just, message him if you want, if you want to sing a little segment and have it put in a Christmas video. I probably won't do it tonight. Tonight's a Survivor final. I'm going to be all over Twitter for like 4 hours. So I won't be doing it tonight. Um, you love to sing. It's just that you're terrible. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Okay, so I'm looking. That's her hair there. That's her hair there. There's a little bit right here on the edge. So yeah, why don't y'all all just overwhelm him with volunteerism? Where's my Kleenex? I gotta clean my brush off. What do I do with my Kleenex? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Here it is. So I just squeeze it and squeeze out some water to clean the brush until the brush is clean. See, it's still coming off there. Whoops. It's still coming off there, and you want to make sure you get all of it out before you like move on to yellow or whatever. you know. But the Kleenex just pulls it right off. That's why it's the best thing to use. Okay, I'm looking, I think I got the bulk of the sky done there. And again, I'm going to go in there and the other tip I always tell everybody is if you use any kind of wet medium, whether it's watercolor, kids watercolor, neo colors, wash down acrylic paint, whatever you use, make sure it is dry. 100% dry before you start going in there with color pencil because you're just going to pill up the paper. Okay, let's see. That's not Jean, I'm sure. Okay, I don't know. Carrie's messaging something I got clicked into. Twitter is off. What? Oh, Eileen. Yeah, Eileen does not do Survivor. She goes, oh my gosh, I got to turn Twitter off tonight. Yeah, it's going to be, yeah, all of us. There's Robin. Hey, Robin, you looking forward to the Survivor final tonight? Oh, because are you watching it on DVR or something, Carrie? Well, watching it later? Well, if you don't want spoilers, I mean, how can you if you're talking about Survivor, it's going to be all over. It's not just going to be us. It's not just going to be us. Hey, Claire, talking about it. So, yeah. Annette, let's see, who usually does it? Annette, Robin, Canadian Robin, and me, JJ, Janet. I know I'm going to miss somebody. I'm just trying to kind of run it through my head. But there's probably about 8 of us. Gina Swede, Terry, Terry's does it is with us. There's probably about 8 of us, and some that have to come and go. Oh, I think Annette is got to be on a cruise. You have it all planned out. Yeah, yeah, it's fun. Oh, on The Voice. Oh, I did not watch. Yeah, I did not watch it the final last night, but I think I saw something, but I didn't watch it. I don't really once for The Voice. What I like are the auditions, and once they pick the 10 and they get down to yeah, I don't really care. I'm just not. That just same thing for the dance ones and all that. I like the audition, any of those kind of shows, and I don't watch them faithfully. I'll watch them off and on because I enjoy the auditions. But if I miss a show, I don't really care about those. Survivor, I've watched since the very first show, the very first season, the very first show. So thanks, Anita. Yeah, so there we go. So we just, the background there, I'm looking behind all the flowers, making sure I got all the background. So I think and I got to remember that I'm zoomed in. So I have to kind of keep moving up and down. I think I'm going to have her, even though on another one I have pink hair too, I think I really want her to have pink hair. Blonde would probably show better. I might make her blonde because the flowers, I'll probably want some pretty pink or something. I don't want her to have pink flowers and pink hair. So, and I do redheads all the time. I rarely do brunettes. I do sometimes do brunettes, but I don't know. Maybe we'll do her like, maybe we'll have her have a little dark skin, like maybe, I don't know, maybe Indian or something. Because on the long hair, we could do, I don't want to do black, but I'll do dark, dark brown. That's what we'll do. Okay, so let's see. Let's get a nice dark brownie. And again, I will be going over it with, shading with color pencil. I gotta put the cap down. Oh, here, I'll let BB. I'll let baby BB hold the cap for me. Okay. Um. Yeah, and yeah, Paula's on Wednesday night. She comes on at 9:30. I think she has a pre-show at 9. Sometimes I catch the pre-show and then I watch her recordings because she's usually on till 11, 11:30, something like that. And again, I'm being pretty cautious about how much water because even right now I can tell I got a little bit too wet and I don't want it to soak through. I don't want this to soak through. So I'm being careful not to squeeze the brush. I know, Iffy. Bye, Nita. Thanks for stopping by. So anyway, if y'all are just joining, I'm coloring in the Doodlers Anonymous. Make sure and go check out their site and see the nice write-up they did about me and color in their books. And, they also, commented on how I'm a portrait artist. And this is kind of a little on the gray side. I'll probably go more brown when I get to the color pencil, but this will be a nice wash. Dark hair and green velvet dress. Oh, a green velvet dress. I like that. Although it's not a full green velvet, but in the Game of Thrones ones, I started adding some green velvet trim on one of the princesses or queens. I guess I'm going to have to read those books. But what'll happen, then I'll have colored the pages. I'll go, oh, this one, well, I'm the boss of my color book, so I could color them any color, even though I said that before when I started coloring the Game of Thrones one, that I wasn't trying to match what the different houses or the different thrones, the different kingdoms, what their colors were and their crest and their flags or anything. I just colored whatever I wanted to be. Okay, so that'll just give it a start. Again, I'll be going over it with color pencil. Hey, Deb. Anybody else popping in? Suzanne, yeah, that's right, Dee. You're the boss of your color book. Yeah, it does look like some coral in there, like kind of like undersea. So it could be like she might be trapped in an undersea world. So maybe we'll do a little like coral coloring things. But I like the idea of the green velvet dress. And I do want her to have dark skin. So I'm going to give her a nice, pretty, bronzy glow color. Just as a wash. Then I'll go back over it with, blend and shade with color pencil. So I'm just going to kind of give it a wash. And again, if you think that some area's not dark enough with the wash, wait till it's dry to put a second layer rather than keep piling and piling on the water, because it will not only warp a little. Now this one's less likely to warp because it's nice thick pages, but it's going to start soaking through. You don't want to get this, again, this is not watercolor paper. You got to, be gentle. Be gentle with the water. The neck of her dress is like scales, yeah. Yeah, she could be underwater in an underwater type of thing. Although I am going to have this drippy rain. So there y'all go. We got to get Paula has this book. She has said she's not got into it yet. I'm going to have to change that. But anyway, on their site, Doodlers Anonymous site, they have so many. I mean, there's 90 artists just in this color book alone. You will be so inspired by scrolling through their site for inspiration. I'm telling you. It's just really, if you like this book and this style, you will love the site. All right, so there we go. I think I'm just going to leave that for now because I'm going to shade it. She doesn't have any little feet or toes peeking out. So it looks a little washy watercolory right now. That's, it is a wash. It is a wash. The front of it above the spout has a partial cover like a watering can. Oh, right here. It could be a watering can, I guess. Yeah, maybe yeah, you know what? When you look at it really close, look, see the little lip right there on that? Sorry, guys. That little lip thing right there. So I do think it is a watering can. I think you're right. That's a good observation, Claire. Sean L-A-I. Lay or lie. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but Sean, Shaunn, Shunn, and the last name L-A-I is the one that drew this. And I know I'm really zoomed in. That's just so y'all can see. And I'll, we'll go back and forth between. But I'm trying to keep it like so everybody can kind of see the close up of where I'm coloring. Yeah, watering can. So we'll use a watering can. Now I think if we're going to go with an underwater type of thing, then I might go with more underwater type. Now I do like the idea of the peachy coral, kind of salmon color. Kind of like, let's go with this salmon color here for the coral. For the little coral. And I really don't, I mean, I don't really need to be doing a wash in these little tiny coral areas, just, because I'm going to pretty much 100% cover it with pencil. So these tiny areas like this, I don't usually even put a wash on it. But since we're sitting here talking about being undersea, I just kind of, we just kind of went for it right there. But and same for right. I keep catching my page. There we go. So I think I'll come down here and instead of making these like trees, we'll make them some kind of coral or something. So I'm just going to put a touch of the paint in there, even though I'll get in there with detail with color pencil. That's cute. I like it. Yes, it's a watering can, Buttercup. Well, at least we are having it be so now. She's in front of the window at an aquarium. No, she's in a bird cage. But we're gonna make the bird cage. Her bird cage is underwater. She's like would awesome be a mermaid, but we're just putting her in a little bird cage. Like you can use your imagination. It can be whatever you want. Okay, so now I'm gonna go with the olive green. I'm going to start with the olive green wash for her dress because somebody said velvet, green velvet. So I'm going to start. We'll put a few other shades of green with color pencil, but I'm just going to kind of wash it. Yeah. We'll just wash it with like an olive green for now. It just gives you a base to, color on. It gives the paper a little bit more tooth. And yeah, you can add whatever you want. I'm going to add drips behind her. So just get the base of her dress here. I think I'll just do this top layer where all these eyes are. I think I'll do another color. I don't know what, maybe a different blue. I don't know. A light blue would probably be good. So I'm just grabbing a little and washing it on. Who's the artist? Yeah, the artist for this is Sean Lai. It's SHUANNLAI. Yeah, a snow water globe. There you go. Could be whichever you want. You're the boss of your color book. Use your imagination. Imagination. I used to love doing that with Cam and Boo. Imagination. Okay. All right, so there's the green velvet dress, or will be. Clean this off. A music box. It could be a music box too. Very well could. All right, so the little bird though, I mean, red would be nice, but since I think I'm going to go with more like undersea colors. I don't really want him bright red. Just unless I add some kind of red down here, which I don't think I'm going to do. So we might make him like what are those winter birds that eat the red berries? Chickadee? Yeah, we'll make him like a chickadee, which is kind of gray and brown. So I think we'll just go with like a brown for now. We'll go with kind of a sienna. We'll go with a sienna. I can't picture what the colors of the chickadee, where the colors are. I could look it up if you really wanted to make sure. But right now, I think I'm just going to do a little bit of like that. And maybe a little bit of a blue grayish kind of wash, sort of like shadow right under the wing. Just a little like that. Like that. Chickadee. Yeah, chickadee. Your favorite white bird. Yeah. Oh, that's not Deb Webb. No problem. For those y'all, here's the person that did it. Sean, Lai. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Lay or lie. I know they're awesome. I love it that there's 90 different artists in this book. Again, here's the cover. Check out their site. I'm telling you, you will be inspired. You won't be sorry. Okay, so let's see. I'm thinking I'm going to go with some kind of a purple. This will be kind of a kelpy color, some kind of kelp. I want it different than the, kind of her dress green, that green. So I think I'll just, actually, I'm going to just wait for the pencils for that because there's no sense in, I usually only do washes on the big areas. I did get it right. Okay. Oh, okay. So let's see what color and the same thing for the mountains. I can just go in there with color pencil. Now I do kind of want this to be a kind of a maybe a gray, just a little bit lighter blue, like around these eyes here. Almost kind of like those could be in, part of a uh, a sky or another area. Use your imagination. Because what it can mean to me doesn't necessarily mean what it can mean to you. So I'm just putting a little bit of and I'll go in here again with pencils. Some areas will probably just be totally covered up like that coral when I go in there with a pencil. You don't need to do all this wash on tiny, tiny little areas. I mean, it's fun. I enjoy it, but it's not something you don't need to do that because you're going to really, these tiny, tiny little areas are going to be covered up. Same thing like if I want to just do a full wash right along that edge there. So let's see what color of I do kind of want this, I think, a wood color. I think that'll be nice contrast with her skin. So we'll go with a nice, another darker brown. Try to stay in the camera. Why do I resist going to those sites? Because you get inspired. You want to try things, and I don't know. I love going to sites where I get inspired. I might put some gold. I might put a gold edge, like that rope right there, with a gold gel pen. Maybe put some wood grain lines in this wood part here, and I might just get a little bit of sand colors up in the under there, just to remind myself that I want that there. And with the gel pen, so we'll probably do some markers, some gel pens. Use whatever you like, except again, alcohol-based markers will probably go right through. But it's just fun. You feel like you're, just painting here when you're doing this. Because, well, you are, but, yar, that's what my husband would say. Yar, bussy, big ol'. He's always correcting me when I say stuff like that. So I want to kind of just washy like that because I'll go in there with color, pencil grains. Deb says, I've collected 12 coloring books, so, and I've 2 completed pages. Oh, I thought you were going to say 2 completed books. The plows here clearing the parking lot. Oh, good, Jean. So you can get out of your house? Jean's up in Canada, and then she said they're plowing her out in front of her parking lot. Why do you park gas? Well, thanks, guys, for hanging out while you're waiting for all your maintenance people. My coffee is cold. Okay. So actually, except for maybe this right here, it looks like it has little raindrops in it. I think I might just go ahead and do that same blue. Was this the blue? No, I don't remember which one it was. Nope, that's purple. It's a purpley blue. Is it this one? No, that's another purpley blue. It must have been this one. I should have left it out. Nope, that's not it. Which blue was it I was using? Was it this one? I'm running out of blues over here. Yeah, that's it. Close enough. But I'm going to go ahead and just do a full wash right along here. It doesn't have to be the exact shade. I just want it darker than that one. And I want to see what kind of dripping I want to do. I don't know. I don't think this was the color. No, it's not. That one's more of a green blue. This is more of a purple blue. All right, let's see. Which one was it that I was using? Was it this one? Let me move over here and do a little test. No, it's not that one. This one's, I know it's not that one. It's way too blue. Nope. Nope. How did I lose a blue? How did I lose a blue? No, that's not it either. Well, where did it go? Where did it go? I don't think it's that one. Nope. No, maybe that is it. I think that's it. All right, so I'm thinking, do I want to do, like, I think it'd probably be easier if I just did an acrylic paint drip rather than try to do a watercolor drip, although I do want a little bit darker right up here at the top. I want it really dark up there. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna use an acrylic anyway. I just wanted that a little darker. Okay. Clean off my brush. And I don't use my water brushes for acrylic paint. I don't, I'll switch to just a regular old brush when I go to do acrylics. All right, so let me go ahead and dry this real quick just so I'm not getting the paper damaged more with more wet. I do have I actually have a swatch book of my Neos. It's in one of my Adorables. I just don't have it right next to me. But yes, I do. I think I've swatched them twice in 2 different places, actually. Now, I really do not want drips coming over this. So it would probably behoove me to put some washi tape and cover this up so that I don't accidentally drip over her. I mean, it's pretty much just on the sides, but I think I'll be a little bit more extra cautious, maybe. I don't really need to be. I don't care if it gets a little bit right there. We'll just go for it. All right, so let's see. Let's get maybe, I don't know if I want a true blue. Probably want to wash down the deep midnight. So I'm just going to put a little bit out. Well, a little bit. I got way too much. What I'm going to do, and I'll probably do a little test on just this paper here. So I'm just got a little bit of, it's kind of a indigo color. Let me get a kind of a brush that's real floppy, because it will hold a lot of water. Let's see. This one's not good enough. All right, so let's just kind of get it wet, and let's just do a little test here. Because I'm not one to do a lot of dripping, you know. I did yesterday, but I just don't do much. But this is kind of what I'm wanting right there. Right there. That's the look I'm going for. That. Right there. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm holding it up here, and I'm just going to put it like right along the top here. And again, it's going to want to soak in pretty quick, so I'm going to have to be a little quick. And I'm going to kind of get right up there. A little bit thicker right in here. Okay, let's get a little bit more paint. I don't know how much you can see this, because I'm kind of directing the drips. There we go. Now we're in business. I need another one going down right there. Okay, that one wants to turn on. Oh, come back here. Don't get too much on there. So let's see here. I want it drippy, drippy, drippy. Okay. Okay, now just kind of hand draw the drips that might be coming behind the cage. Just a little bit like that. Just a little. And then when this dries, I can do some more splotchy bits. But I got, again, you don't want to get this too wet all at once. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm going. I want it a little bit darker. I think we'll play with filling this in a little bit, but let's do the other side first. Okay, kind of like that. What do y'all think? I like it. So you just kind of like that. Maybe put just a little bit of, let's kind of cover this up. Let's put a little bit of a little bit of splatter here. There we go. I like that. You love drip. Yeah, you said that yesterday, Eileen. I love drippage. Okay. All right, I just don't want to make a mess here on the book. Okay, so now let me come across the top again. Get a little bit of thicker paint like that. And now come over here, tilt it, and just kind of, I'm going to stop that drip right there. Okay, wait a minute, where's my Kleenex? I don't want it dripping into there. Okay, so. Let me move my Neo colors, they're in my way. All right, here we go. Let's get a little thicker right in here. All right, let's get one to go this way. I want one coming down here. I know I'm kind of all over the place here under the camera, guys, so sorry. There we go. Drip, drip, drip. Because I want it to be kind of a controlled. All right, now let's pick up a little for some splatters. There we go. There we go. Come over there. Okay, I think that's good. All right, now let me kind of get a little, I don't want this soaking into the seam. Kind of soak that up. I think we're good. Let me hit it with the heat gun. Then well, I think you can kind of see. Calculated abandon. Stopping. Lucy Jane, that needs to go in the Wingnut book. Quips, quotes, and cool things to say. We're going to put that in there. So Lucy Jane, calculated abandon. Let's put that down. Calculated abandon. Lucy Jane. And if y'all know everything, all these kind of funny, just cool things, go in the Wingnut books because we're wingnuts. So just don't be afraid to use all kinds of things, your watercolors, Neo colors, color pencil, acrylic paint. I got ink tints. We haven't used those yet, I don't think, in one of the color books. Just anything. Now, the only thing about using real crayons is they're so waxy you can't really use anything over the top of them. So if you use crayons, just plain Crayola crayons, then you're kind of just, you can't get anything over the top of those. Hey, Paula. Paula, get this book out. Get this book out. All right, so there we go. And again, I'm still kind of zoomed in so y'all can see coloring detail when I get to the color pencil, but there's what we got so far. Okay, so clean my brush. And I think I am going to run down and get a bit of hot coffee. So we'll have BB just sit here. I guess this could be a be right back too. Be back with BB. No spots, no drips. Hi, Sandy. Okay, let me go run and get some coffee, guys. One moment. One moment, please. Okay. So, started coloring the Chuck's page. Which one was it? I mean, what's the picture of Paula? Paula started in it. I don't know what that one is. Okay, so there we go. I'm liking that. So I'm thinking we can go ahead and let's put the Neo colors away and go to markers and color pencil. Alrighty. And it does get a little wrinkled, but it's okay because by the time you do both sides of the page, and it's not as bad as you think, especially on this thicker page, but I do feel a little bit of wet still. So let me go ahead and keep drying for another second or two. The Converse shoes. Oh, okay. Awesome. So I'll show you all the one Paula's talking about. So Paula is talking about, so I know it's in the back, this one. Paula's coloring this one. Awesome. Awesome, Paula. Make sure you link Doodlers on Instagram and Twitter when you finish it. They will love to see it. Awesome. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what got gel pens. I have markers. I have color pencils. A little of everything. A little of everything. So let's see, what do I want to do? Do I want to do those flowers? I think I really want to work on her because it's going to be the same type of thing that I do on here that I'm going to do on her. I'm going to kind of keep that green velvet. So I'm wondering if I want to do her little collar still like a darker green, like a solid green, like with a marker. Where's that green marker I had earlier? Because I was using it to show something. It's an olive green. Where is my olive green? Just had it before we hit record. Here. So I think what I'm going to do is, so some of these little areas like this, you can do as long, just test. And again, these are water-based, not watercolor, like they're not going to be blendables like some watercolor markers are. These are just water-based. But, you know, you can get in here with some tiny little areas because, and this is the super tip, the Crayola super tips. And what I like about these is they're like a bullet tip, but you can get thick, medium, and thin, all with one marker. Okay. And they're awesome for little areas like this. Let's see here. Let's see where my hand's not going to be in the way. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I love that they, you know, did a little feature on me. That was so awesome. I told them, I said, I feel so special having a feature article and, you know, for coloring everybody, all the other awesome artists' pages. You know, they're really the ones that everybody needs to go and pat on their back because they're the illustrators for these. You know, I just pretty much uh, you know, most of what I do is my portraits. So, but they did talk about that too. So I think you can kind of see I'm just kind of coloring like a dark olive with the point of the marker. Let's see. Is that close enough, guys? Do you need me to zoom in one more? Hey, Shabs. Y'all let me know. I can zoom in again. And then I think what I'll do is gel pen gold, um, gold trim. Now, when you photograph any kind of silver, gold, or metallics, you really can't tell that they're metallics. So, you know, that's one thing about using metallics and you want to photograph your work, it just doesn't really show up as shiny gold or silver or whatever. You know, it's really hard to capture that, even with glitter. I did try to, under the camera here, you could see where I used stickles on that snow in the Game of Thrones book, but it's hard to capture those kind of shiny, glittery things. Bye, Janet. Hey, Terry, did I say hi to you? So, what do y'all think? Am I close enough? Can y'all see? Do you need me to be closer, or can you get the idea? This, you know, from right here. Thanks, guys. So thanks, Carrie, for putting in the link to Doodlers Anonymous. It's easy to find, just doodlersanonymous.com. You can find it real easy. So you can kind of see that. Can see? Okay. So I'm just going to do some different sections. Like I probably won't finish this whole thing, but if I do different sections, you can get, the gist of what I'm doing and just carry on. All right, so for instance, let's go ahead and work on her green velvet. I think I want, and let me get my gold gel pen too. Let's see. So these, you can get a gold and a silver Pentel Sunburst gel pens in a set like this at Hobby Lobby, probably on Amazon and other places too. But they're under like four something, and I use a coupon, so you can get them for like $2. Like this comes to like $1 a piece, with a 40% off coupon. But they're the Pentel Sunburst, and Staples used to sell the white one of these. And I have one somewhere here. But anyway, it's an awesome white gel pen. And then when I went back, this was a couple, maybe, probably going on 2 years ago. And they said, no, we don't carry them anymore. I said, well, can we order them online? No, we don't have them anymore. Well, why did you? Well, it was just a feature. We were just like featuring that pen. And you're not going to carry it? No. Okay. So I moved back over to the Sakura Jelly Roll white pen. And you can get these 3 in a pack. Do I have an unopened pack? Yeah. These are like at Hobby Lobby $4.99 for 3. Again, a 40% off coupon. So you get a good deal on those. But if you ever can find the Sunburst, the Pentel Sunburst, these are awesome gel pens. Oh, yes. And if you order anything off of Amazon, let me get my little notebook here because I have the code in here. If you order anything off of Amazon or Paula, Journal Artista, use her A-Store link, which is journal 038-2020, and she'll get, a penny a penny every now and then for if you use her A-Store. She doesn't know what you buy. She doesn't know who you are. It's nothing like that. It's just she gets credit if you use her A-Store number. So y'all try to do that. People ask me, well, why didn't you set up an A-Store? Well, I just didn't. I didn't take the time. I don't have the time. Paula took the time, so we're all rallying for Paula to have an extra few cents. That's why we just do. That's the way we roll around here. Okay, so anyway, back to the gold gel pen. It really is an awesome, awesome gold gel. So I'm just going to go in here and just kind of do the little, I guess it would be the embroidery, or it could be, if you're underwater here, it could be just the shells, or, whatever your imagination for the story itself goes. But I'm going to have the trim, I should say, just have the gold trim be in gold, or have the trim be gold. So, yeah, thanks for putting a link, Carrie. Lynn says she's using the Ancient Creative Memories gold and silver, and they're still so juicy. Oh, good. Don't you love it when a pen, like, just, that's what I loved about the white Sunburst. And then they quit selling it. So yeah, I'm really liking this. But I think I've told this story before, back in, like, it was probably, and I'm going to guess, when I first heard, and I know Bill Cosby's got some legal things going on. I'm not even going to address that, okay? But I remember back in, I think it was 67 or 68, I heard him for the first time on a record, on a actual record, an LP record. I've told this story before, but it's just I love this story. And I'm not a really good joke teller, so like if you don't think it's funny, don't email me. But anyway, the first time I heard of Bill Cosby was on an LP back in probably 67, 68, something like that. And I don't know if y'all knew that before he became a comedian, he was a gym teacher. And so his first, I think this was his first record. He talked about, being a teacher, and it was just so, so funny. And he told this story, and every time I talk about something being out of stock or something like that, I always tell the story. So y'all gonna have to hear it again while I'm coloring this gold trim. So he now using a gel pen, I don't really want to just color that straight on through. I do kind of want to color each little individual bit because the gel pen will cover up the black line right there, those little, the little lines right there. If I just color that solid gold, it's going to cover up those lines, and I don't want to do that. I want it to look like the gold braid that it is. So anyway, he was talking about when he was a teacher. And again, remember, I was, this is a long time ago. This is just my first comedian that I just thought, oh my gosh, I just love this man. He's so funny. So he was saying that, when he was a teacher and he came to school one day and he had a terrible toothache. So, and I'm shortening it up. He probably made it about a 15-minute, bit. So, he said, I came to school and I had a toothache. So one of the teachers goes, what's wrong with you? You look like you're in pain. He goes, oh, I've got this toothache. And I can't get into the dentist for a couple of days. And I just, she goes, well, here, I got something for that. And you might have to be old enough to know some of that stuff. I don't know, But anyway, she said, here, take one of these. And he goes, well, what is it? She goes, it's Midol. He goes, Midol? Isn't that some of that women's pain relief stuff? She goes, yeah, but it's okay. It'll work. It's great. It's great stuff. Take it. And he goes, well, I don't know. I don't know. Taking some Midol? She goes, sure, go ahead. So he says, I was in such pain. He said, I took 2 Midol. And he goes, and the pain went away. This stuff is like a miracle. And I was walking around. I was so happy. And I was just, the pain was gone. I had a great day and, going on through the day. And he goes, and by the end of the day, the pain started coming back. So I went back to the teacher and I said, hey, you got any more of those Midol? She goes, no, I'm all out. I'm sorry. Those were my last 2. He goes, what are you, some kind of junkie dealer? So, that's what I think of when I think of Staples, getting us hooked on a new pen and then they discontinue it or don't carry it. What are you, some kind of junkie dealer? So he said that he ended up going to the drugstore. He ran in the drugstore, it's full of pain. He goes, I need some Midol, and it's for me. And he goes, and I really don't notice. He goes, I take it for everything. I got a toothache, I got a headache. He goes, and I don't notice anything. He goes, every 3 weeks or so, my voice gets a little high. Anyway, guys, I just love that. I love that story. And again, every time somebody runs out of something that they always carry and then just stop carrying it. Okay, somebody said I would love. Okay, Jeannie Robinson. Okay, I'll have to write that down. I just barely caught that, Jean. Okay, she's funny. You said okay. I wrote it down. Okay, I wrote it in gold on my black paper here. So anyway, I just back in 67, 68, first time I ever heard Bill Cosby on an LP. I just thought he was the funniest thing. And I always did like him. Always liked him. His TV show and everything. And again, I'm not speaking to the issues that he's, has going on right now. But anyway, I know. Isn't that funny? I know. So that's what I say when Staples runs out of or stops carrying. Okay, so there we go. So I don't know that you'll see it on camera because I can twist it back and forth and you'll see the shine. But when I photograph it, it'll just be like that. You won't see the glittery, shiny bits. So I don't remember her, Julie. Not saying that I haven't ever heard of. Now that now everybody's talking about comedians in the chat. And if you're watching this recording, this is a live show on Ustream with live people in a live chat. We got over like 60 people. Thanks everybody for being here on an impromptu. And if you sign up on Ustream, and again, I think sometimes it depends on the country and the server or the browser you're using, whether you get email notifications, but it's free. So come over and just sign up. And then there's lots of awesome artists over here that stream throughout the week. And anybody that's here wants to put in their links, either to Ustream or their YouTube, feel free. And a lot of us upload our Ustreams to YouTube. I do it as well. So you can find me on Dee Dee Willingham on YouTube as well. And yeah, I've been streaming for around 5 years, and just I've only been uploading to YouTube for about a year. Thanks, Jean. Jean made me. She made me. So anyway, just coloring a couple other little areas with gold. Okay. So I think I need to get into some shading now of the green dress. So you can see that any of these little bits like this, you can go in here with whether silver, gold, or any kind of marker. And it doesn't even have to be these bullet tip type Crayola super tips. I found this set, I think there's 24. I found these at Michael's in the a Recollections brand, which is a Michael's brand. But they're really, and there was like $5 for all this. Plus, I used a coupon, so I probably got the whole set for like $3. And they're little tiny, tiny brush tips. And now I can't guarantee you how long these are going to last. I mean, they're all, $5 for 24, but it's another option for, coloring in little tiny details and stuff. So there's that. Any kind of just any kind of, these I think are ink joys, Papermate ink joys. And, Angie Bell sent me some scented pens, scented gel pens. Any of these are good for these tiny little details. So, yeah. Yeah, you made me. Yes, Gene. I still have it. Gene's making me download the Mag Light app, which has the light and the magnifying glass. And I just haven't got to it, Gene. I need to do that. Maybe I should do that right now. Let's see. Let me go to the App Store real quick. I'll go. One moment. Search Mag Light. Let's see. It's giving me lots of options. I'm not sure if this is it, Gene. Gene, which one is it? If I put I'm going to put my phone under here. It's probably going to flash it out. But I'm not sure which one you have, Gene. Do you have this one? Do you have that one? Do you have one of those two? Eye magnifier, or is it just called magnifying glass? Or is it called something else? Those are the two top ones. What's it? Mag Light. Okay, let me just put in Mag Light. Okay. Mag Light. I found it the other day when you told me about it. Yeah, okay, when I put that in, magnifying glass with light comes up. Is that it, Gene? The first one. Okay. Let me hit get, install. Okay. I'll fix my light here a minute. I'm going to sign in. Hang on. What's my passcode? All right, Jean. Let's see. Give it a second. You have the first one too, Terry? Okay. It's almost done. Jane, you do too? Okay, so this is, okay, let me open it. Activate. Okay, would like to access. Does it need to access my camera? Is that what it does? Do I have to allow it to access my camera, Jean? And there's a lag in chat, so I guess it has to, doesn't it? It has to access your camera because that's what it uses. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Tap here to freeze. To freeze? Do I need to freeze? What? Oh, so if I just want to freeze a section. So you can see, look, here's the light and there's the magnified. I don't know about why I would want to freeze it. Oh, I guess if you were like reading something. Okay, so let's tap here to freeze. So there we go. So there's a close-up of that. So now let me get out. How do I get out of that? Okay, there we go. Just click it again. So there, that's awesome, Jean. See, it's putting a light too. Can y'all see? And it's magnifying it. So awesome, Jean. Okay. I don't want it on my front page there, though. Let me move it. Hang on. Oops. No. I'm going to move it back over to these things here next to my settings. I have my apps are very organized. I have my photo things, my games. Everyone has their own page. I'm organized with my apps. It uses your camera to do that. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. So thanks, Jean. Yes, it's going to be handy when I try. Oh, you know what? Let's test it on something. Let's test it on the color pen. This is why I always have the problem. This is why Jean told me to get it. Jean told me to get it because I can't read some of the names on some of my Prismacolors that are gold because it's just hard to see. So let's test Jean out here. All right. Aha. Ooh, it does. It does. I got to get to focus. Prismacolor. Why isn't it focusing, Jean? I guess you only have a certain, okay, that's process red. It's still not, I want it like right there and it's not focusing that close. Do I have to change the percentage? I don't know. I can still read it, it's better. Oh, see, it's not focusing, it only focuses that far. There, process red. But I want it to focus like right here, Jean. I want it to focus right here. Okay. All right, anyway, guys. Let's see. Ho-ho! Move it up closer and then move away. Oh, so like put it on here? Okay, so we're just doing a little mag app demo here. All right, it's going to roll. It wants to roll. Hang on. All right. All right. So it still only focused that far. It's wanting to roll, so I can't. Hang on, let me put a pin there because it wants to roll and I can't keep it. I want to move my hand away. You know, let's get it right there. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's get it up under the camera. Hang on, guys. Where is it? I wonder if I do like move the slider bar. No, that's not helping. That's making it worse. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. It's got a zoom thing on it. Hang on. All right, so right there, and now let me zoom in. Ah, okay, Jean, I got it now. We have to use the zoom slider bar. Right here. Look. Oh my gosh, look! Jean, I can read it. Process red. Yes, I got the bar thing going now. This side's the light, and this side is the zoom. Looky there, Jean. Ooh. Awesome. Okay, Jean, we got to quit playing now. We got to get back to work. Yeah, the bottom on the bar. Yeah, yeah, the slider. Yeah, okay. All right, guys. Thank you. Okay. All right. So now I want to shade this. I want to shade this dress with the green. So I'm going to get a couple of olives. I want a light olive, a dark olive, and probably a white. Okay, let me sharpen these. Ah, yay, I know. Yay me! I figured it out, Jean. It only took like 3 people. Ah, it only took 3 people to help me get that one down. Oh, but you know what? Oh, there's a cool game app. I don't know. I'm not one to play any like games like on Facebook games or on that because I mean, and I used to do computer games and PlayStation and I love games. Don't get me wrong, but to me, other than maybe I don't even think there is a Facebook game I like actually, but there is an app game that I really like. You can install on your iPad 2. Oh, it has no light, but you can still use the app. Okay. Yeah, the thing about my iPad, it's pretty like, yeah. I don't know that I'd install it on my iPad. Because I use my phone. Anyway, I don't use a lot of app games, is what I'm getting at. Like, you see everybody play these. Let me color while I'm talking. You see a lot of people play a lot of games on, um, I'm starting with the darkest color here, guys oh, it's broke. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on Prismacolor. Anyway, I found one game that was really awesome though. An app game because I like puzzle type games. I'll tell you all what it is in a minute. Wait for it. What did Paula say? I have to do an update with iPad. Yes, that's what that is. I have an iPhone. The iPhone, Denise got it for me for Christmas last year, the iPhone 6P, the big one. Um, you're a word game, yeah. I've played a few of those. Denise and I have played, the kind where you play together with somebody, against somebody, or whatever. But I just don't have she doesn't have the time either to do that anymore. But anyway, so I love games. Like my favorite all time games were the Myst games. Myst, the Myst games, Riven, Myst, all those, Uru. Anyway, I love those kind of. I love puzzle games. I'm not a shoot 'em up kind of gamer. I don't play WoW and all that. But anyway, I love the kind where you have to think. They're puzzle oriented kind of games. So, and they're just kind of far and few between. Now, I'm not saying they're not out there. I'm sharpening this pencil, keeps breaking. Um, they're far and few between ones that really hold my interest, that are really like challenging. And the one I'm getting ready to tell you, I did it. I played. There's 3 levels, or like I think the first one's free, and you pay $1.99 for the second two. And they were sort of challenging. I did them all in like 2 days, so it's not that challenging, but it was just so cool. Um, you love Miss too, Sandy? Yeah. So anyway, I know. Yeah, I know. Love Miss. Did y'all any of y'all play Uru when it was the live? Live online game where you would solve puzzles with your friends. You had an avatar, you made your own Abby, and you had a whole body. I don't know how I got into the myth thing, but anyway, and you played with other people solving the puzzles. It was awesome, awesome, awesome. And they're coming out with another one. I think it probably within maybe 6 months. Not a mist, another puzzle type game. But anyway, let me see if I can. I have it on my. I can't play games on my phone because they're too little. I can't see them. I can't use the magnifying glass on the games on my phone, Gene. So I do play games on my iPad. So let me see if I can bring it up. I don't think I guess it's okay to show it, right? I don't know. So is it okay to show a game on? I don't want to copyright anything on YouTube. Okay, so anyway, it is called, well, let me go back because it's not, you can't see the logo, but it's called Monument Valley. Okay, and the little logo, let me see if I can get, hang on, I'm gonna try to get my camera to focus right on, right there. That's what it looks like. Well, it's not wanting to focus, but it's Monument, and it's got this little girl with a little cone hat on her. But what it is, free advertising, okay. What it is, it's a geometry game. It's wanting to load, but not. Okay, here's what it looks like when it comes up Monument Valley. Okay. And Cameron was replaying it, so we're back up at another level. I'm going to go back to level 1. It has awesome music. See, I'm worried about the music part. Let me turn the music down, okay? Because they're real picky about music. And you're going to see the camera right there for a minute. So what it is you have all these different little ways. Okay, so this is just the beginning. I think this is just like the intro right here. Okay, so you tap. All right, so what you do is you get her to move by tapping ahead of her, and she'll move. It's not showing up very well. And then what you do is you're turning. Look, see how you turn the worlds? So you'll turn like this way, and then you'll tap over here, and she'll walk. And it gets more and more complicated. This is just the intro right here. Okay, and then come up here, and then, hang on guys, my computer froze for a second. So then when she gets to the top, then it has a little demo thing, and there's where it starts. See, this is where it starts, Monument Valley. And then, but all the little worlds get more and more complicated and more geometric, and you have to start turning wheels, and you have to really, it's all geometry, and it's awesome. And it's for $1.99 for all 3 parts. It's totally worth it to me. But it's called Monument Valley. It's so fun. It's kind of like a maze, but it's a 3-dimensional maze. The mazes, you have to turn everything and make the geometry work. Um, but yeah, it's kind of like a 3-dimensional maze. That's probably a good way to say it. Yeah. So I'm still down here shading. And I don't want to go crazy showing it. I don't know. I don't know how that, they may not like that. It is, I'm trying, it is kind of like free advertisement, but and the music is very relaxing. The music is very relaxing. Again, we don't want to play music on YouTube. So, but anyway, it is. It that I gotta tell you, there was only out of the whole 3 games, which have like maybe 10, 12 layers on each of the 3. There was only one part where I really got stuck. One part. And after about 3 hours, and this is like what I do if I'm laying in bed or something, Hubster's watching something on TV. Now, I don't do this while I'm watching Survivor, of course, but anyway, I'll just play something like that. It's just kind of relaxing, especially with the music, or I'll watch an ASMR video or something like that. But anyway, there was only one part that was really hard that I tried everything I could. And like I said, I worked on it for about 3 hours. I did it in like 2 days. It's $4.59 in Canada. I think it's worth it, Jean. That's not that much for, a few days worth of fun. I mean, if you could probably consider you're paying maybe 25 cents an hour. I mean, to me, it's worth it, but you have to like those kind of things. I think, get the free one, Jean. Get the first segment is free, I believe. The first bit is free, and then the 2 segments after here, they were $1.99, I think, for the next 2 segments. But you can play the first segment for free. So play it, and if you like it, then buy the second 2 segments. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's really, you let me know what you think, Jean, if you liked it. I thought it was fun. And because I just don't, I like those kind of puzzle solving type games. That's just me. Okay, so you can kind of see I got a little bit of shadow under her arm and on that side of her body. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put a few little shadows, like maybe in some of this, just a little bit of, it's not really going to be, I'm thinking this is still part of her dress. So I don't want it to look like two separate things. So I'm just going to kind of shadow a little bit in there. I want it to look like part of her dress, but there would probably be just a little bit of shadow in those little compartment thing there, those little um, fabric folds maybe. And you could also put a few little pleats or, you know, fabric folds like that. Make it up. You can make it up. Are you working on yours, Iffy? Or how you're probably much farther along on this page than me because I started from scratch. Same thing for at her waist. Maybe there'll be a little bit of, pleats or fabric folds right at the waist. Just put a couple in there. You don't have to do any of this. Same thing for, any of the, I don't want to get it too white and shiny because it's velvet. So it's going to be very, the fabric's going to be very matte. So I don't want a lot of shine to it. So I'm trying to just, keep it very, I want to do a lot more blending with the colors rather than any kind of white. Thanks, Carrie, for putting in the link. Oh, what time is it? Okay, we're good. So yeah, if you're just joining us, this is the Doodlers Anonymous color book. I'm kind of zoomed in right now on the dress part. But you can see we did some acrylic wash dripping, and so I'm just going to do some different areas just so you can see different areas. So I want it to look kind of velvety. But anyway, yeah, that game was really, I enjoyed it. That's the kind of, I like puzzle solving. Back before, well, it wouldn't even be before, probably at the same time I was playing PlayStation, Final Fantasy, stuff like that. There was a few computer games that you could buy, and they were just like, I don't know, they weren't. I don't want to say they were cheesy, but that like the plots and everything. But you'd go to different places like Egyptian tombs and things like those, and you'd have to solve all the gears and all that kind of like a faux mist game. Not near as well done as like a mist game, but that kind of thing. And I just love those. I love those kinds. Bye, Twist. I love those, and I'm taking the medium green here and just kind of blend that in and kind of. I'm not necessarily trying to cover 100% the Neo Color wash under it, but if I do, I do. I'm not really concerned about it, but it gives me a base now to work on top of. So now I'm going to just blend in the mid-tone here. Making it velvety, yeah. And so, and I'm just going to add maybe a little bit of blending with that, and then I can go back in with darker. Could get some real dark green like right under her arm there. So, and this kind of stuff, I like to take, I'm all about, for me personally, I like the process. I like the process more than like the end result. I enjoy the process. I enjoy the journey. So I don't like to hurry on any of this if I don't have to. Again, I know I have to hurry a little bit more on a stream. Otherwise, I'd just be sitting here coloring the same dress for an hour, and that would get very tedious for the viewer. Unless I was doing an ASMR and that would put you to sleep. Jean likes to sleep in my show. I feel like, that's a compliment. Jean can relax in my show and nap. You can see how I'm just kind of blending it out now. Kind of blending it in, and then if I need more darks, which I probably will, because green velvet can get almost too black. It can have almost to areas that are like really, really dark, dark black, velvety. Hey, Kia. Sherry. Who else? Final Fantasy 8 got you addicted to that series? Yeah, Carrie. Yeah, I drew Carrie a chocolate boo. Don't feel too special, Dee. You can. Oh, okay, Jean. Thank you. Jean said, "Don't feel too special. I can sleep through anybody's video." Okay, Jean. Uh, all right. So I'm just gonna kind of keep shading and blending. Hopefully, y'all can see kind of like a little bit of. And I just like my Prismacolors, and I do love the ones that Eileen got me, the Luminance, Caran d'Ache Luminance. But you know, it's only 20 colors, and so I try to use them like the basic colors, like if I'm using a yellow, a blue, a, you know, main, just a green or whatever, because they are awesome. But those babies are expensive. Just saying. Just saying. It's kind of like Copics. Those are an investment. All right, let me go ahead. I'm going to stop a minute. Well, let me go ahead and just maybe do a tiny bit more. I think I'll take, okay, I got a dark green. Let me sharpen it. Dark green or even a peacock blue, peacock green. I forget what it's called. But I just want list a little bit more, and then I'm going to do her skin. I just want a little bit more. And I'm doing very light coats so that they'll layer. Okay, if you start bearing down and just making one real dark area, you won't be able to blend. You can probably get a like black to work right on top of everything if you bear down real hard, but it's not going to blend. So if you go real light, you can blend. Orla fell out of bed? So I just want a couple little areas that are really dark under the shadow here. And then I can go back again and blend those real dark areas out so they're not like a harsh line right there. So I'll go back with what was the darkest green. Just blend that in. You're on the iPad looking for chat on the laptop. I can't do, I have in a pinch watched a stream on my iPad. I can't do it. I have to have Lappy for streaming and games. Anything that's, you have to have some good vision for the phone, even with the 6. And that's why I wanted the P because it was bigger than just the 6. And so, and it's still, I can't play games or anything on there. I mean, I can squint and maybe do, you know, something, but yeah. So you can kind of see where that's going. Again, you can come in here and do a few more pleats or folds, a little bit more defined, like that. Maybe a little at her waist. Okay. I think you get the idea. Okay, so let me do a little bit maybe of her skin and a little bit of her hair. About 2 hours. That'll be like 11:15. You had to have the plus 2, Jean, yeah. All right. So let me get a sienna. I might have to get out my mag light. All right. Okay. A sienna. I think there's one that's called sienna, one that's called an ochre or something, but they're all kind of a red brown. That's what I just want a red brown, a little bit of a peach, maybe a little bit of, let me sharpen this one. I think this is Moon. What's it called? What's the name of this one? Um, no, that's peach beige. Well, that'll work too. So I just have a peach beige, and a sienna color. Those pencils sit real well on the Neo color. Yeah, they do. They will. Now, they're not, it's not as good and in blending and textury and whatnot as it is on acrylic washes. But this would be my second choice, you know, for a wash. And I'm thinking, I don't know, I might have her hair a dark, dark brown. I haven't decided yet, but let's go ahead and do some of her skin. Okay. So she's going to have like a little bit of a shadow here. And I'm just using the sienna because she's going to be, you know, Indian. So a little bit down here where the shadow would be. But try to kind of feather it out real lightly, real gently, and then it'll be easy to blend. Right under that little house, we'll probably have a little bit more shadow there. And then I'm keeping it simple. I'm not shading around. I could do an elbow here and all kinds of things. But, okay, so again, I'm going to go right to this arm and be darker under here. And I'm just doing light coats, light, light, light. I'm not bearing down because I'm just telling you, you'll have much better success with color penciling if you do more light layers than trying to do like one real dark one. There might be a little shadow and just a little bit of crease of her arm there. Inside her hand. And I'll kind of feather it out. Okay, then I'll take the peach and kind of maybe blend a layer of that. Kind of smooth out the wash that I'd put on earlier. I don't want her to look blotchy, Just kind of, if that kind of smooths out another layer, I can go back with another layer of the sienna. And I know a lot of this, I've said this before, I don't want to sound like I'm, talking down like, oh, well, you don't know how to color. I'm showing you how to color. I mean, all I try to do is when I'm talking about these processes that I'm doing, I'm not trying to like act like you don't know how to color or anything. I'm just talking out what I'm doing at the moment. So it's just like I'm blending this in. I could pick up this, So it's not like I'm trying to say y'all don't know how to color. For goodness sake. Hey Heather, anybody else coming in? I think I saw Carrie in. Hey Christy. Thanks everybody for coming in. So again, I still want her skin, I want her a little bit darker. So I'm just going back over a little bit more, and you can go over the whole thing real lightly just to make all her skin just a little darker, but I want to blend it. I want it to blend. So I'm just taking my time. It's just better to do lots of light layers than just go in for that real dark. There might be a little bit of a shadow on this side too. Just a little. I'm glad y'all are enjoying it. I mean, I enjoy watching y'all. Paula color, anybody color. Paula's been doing some awesome color pages she's been posting. Christmas ones. And yeah, Paula's going, I don't think I need any more Christmas books because I won't color any more Christmas in more than one book in during a year. And so, and it's the same with me. I don't even think I own a Christmas one, Paul. I should have probably bought one, but I haven't. Oh, but Paul, you weren't here. We're going to do a little quick. Paul's going, no, no, don't show me any more books, please. All right, I'm going to show you a book, though, Paul, because I don't think you were here when I talked about this one. Somebody from the UK sent me this. And it has to be UK because it came from the book depository, and the price is only in pounds. So that's why I'm thinking somebody, and it was somebody just gifted it to me. I have no idea who sent it to me, but it's The Magical City, and it's a square book. It's about the size. I know I'm really zoomed in right now. It's a square book about the same size as the Secret Garden type shape book. And yeah, it's got all kinds of magical cities. I did a flip through it earlier, so you can see it there. But yeah, I have to show that to Paula. I don't know if it's on Amazon or what, but I've never seen it in the store. So I don't know if it's new or what. So now, what I do like to play with is like the facial features. Like I like to make my own shadows under the eyes, or I like doing that with color pencil because that's what I do anyways, portraits. So I really like to play with changing the face, like this just kind of flat. There's not a lot. They have a little indication where the cheeks are, but there's not a whole lot of definition. So I really like to add a lot of my own definition. Maybe a little bit more eyebrow, a little bit more cheek, and maybe a little under the eyes. Put makeup or whatever. I don't know how to color, so keep up with the tips. Okay, Arrow. Aimless Amy, I call her Arrow. I think that just fits because you're not really, aimless with an arrow. So, okay. So kind of C. And same for her lips. I think I'm just going to have her have this C and a lip. Maybe a little chin. And it's very subtle. I mean, I'm not sure exactly how much is showing up. But then her hair would cast a shadow. But I am kind of trying to, I am kind of keeping, it is a color book. Keeping it a little bit simple. Shadow on that side of the nose, maybe just a little. Now her eyes, I think I'm going to make her have green eyes. Now they're pretty little. You don't have a lot of detail there. But I think what I'm going to do is get a nice, like, maybe a grass green, just a nice bright green. And I'm going to just touch the eyes with the green. And then I'll probably go in with, let it dry a second because it is a marker, a water-based marker over color pencil. Gotta let that dry. Gotta let it sit for a second. It should dry okay, but if you're not sure if it's going to dry over your color pencil, whatever kind of color pencil you're using, do a test. Come over here and, do a test with your color pencil and then go over it with whatever kind of marker. Let me get a dark brown one now. If you're going to do some kind of design on top of your color pencil, make sure it dries. If you don't, look, see, it'll smear. You have to let the marker, which you're putting water on top of wax, and so far I haven't really had a problem with it smearing once it sets up. Okay, so you really kind of like let it sit for a couple minutes. All right, so now I'm going to go back in here with just the peach and start blending that in. Oh, I think I took over for Paula. You got 5 books delivered. Ah, Princess Buttercup. No, when you say layers, do you mean of the one color? Okay, yeah, if you want, all right, layers versus blending, okay? A layer is like something that'll go on top of something and cover it, or not necessarily 100% cover because you might want to be doing blending at the same time. But like, let me see how I can do a good example. Okay, so let's just say you have some dark brown down here. Okay. You take another light color and this is, you're blending on top of that. Okay, you might be blending like that. And this is just blending. Okay, with lots of layers as well. But when I say layering up, like you don't want to layer it where you can't blend it. So if I took black, say, if I took black and put a layer of black on top, there's no more blending. There's not going to be any blending. That's a layer of black stuck on top. Okay. And that's what happens when you have a lot of darks. When you start real dark like this, you can't blend that. You can't get in here with the light color and blend. There's no blending now. You see how there's no blending? It's just staying the same. You can put a layer of black on top of that and cover it up. Well, the pencil needs sharpening. You can cover that up with a darker layer, but you're not going to be able to blend. So let me just put this down here like this. Okay. Now I can take another lighter color and I can blend. So the lighter your layers, the more able you are to blend. Does that make sense? I hope that explains it. I don't know. There's tons, and believe me, there's tons of people out there coloring. Look at them all. Everybody's got different tips. Everybody has different tips and techniques, and you can find all kinds of things, different techniques and things to color pencil. And I always tell y'all, I'm not a teacher. I try to inspire you and give you what I do. But, I'm not trying to say this is like the definitive way to color a page. Because I had all kinds of stuff. Look, drippy, acrylic paints, All right, so there we go. So I kind of got her skin pretty well kind of done. Now, her eyes, do I need to get my mag light out? Or just green? But I don't want it just plain green. So I want at least a little pupil. So what I'll do is I'll probably just take my Faber-Castell pen because I want a tiny, I can't even get this sharp. I can't get this with a color pencil. I guess maybe I could, but so I want just a tiny black pupil. And let's just see if you can even see that. Yeah, it's showing up. And now I'm going to take my white gel pen, and sometimes the white gel, depending on how coated of wax, whether the gel pen will work. If the gel pen doesn't work, then I'll use acrylic paint. But I think just because it's a tiny area, we'll probably be able to get in there with just the tiniest little highlight. Orla, when she says layer, she means both layer color until you get the amount of color you want. Yeah, yeah, when you start the more layers you add, the less it will blend. I guess that's the best way to say it. The more layers you have, the less the harder it is. The more layers you have, the harder it is to start doing blending because the wax is built up so much that you just can't get that blending. So it's just best to take your time and just do nice, easy, light layering so that you can blend. Because when you get it piled up, you can't shade, if you will. So if you can see how lightly I'm touching the paper. I've got such a light touch right here. Because it's easy to keep going over and over and over and getting it darker and darker and darker. But if you do it lightly, the wax buildup is not going to happen like if you just bear down with getting it real dark. You get better feel for it the more you do it. Get a better feel for it the more and more you do. And more colors that you want to add. I mean, I'm really keeping it just like her skin to 3 colors. You can get in there with 20 colors of peaches and flesh and yellow undertones and blue undertones and shadows and all that. But I'm not going to do that in a color book. You know, I mean, if I'm going to spend 10 hours on something, it's going to be a job. It's going to be, work. It's not going to be like just relaxing and wanting to, play a little bit and not worry about that stuff. You can follow that? Okay, thanks, Orla. So anyway, but again, Paula, she put in 60 hours on one thing. I think it was for a gift. I think it was 60 hours, wasn't it, Paula? I forgive. It was a lot of hours. Anyway, and like she said, she would probably never do that again. And but it was for a gift, and she was just trying to get it just right for a gift. But that's for a gift or a job, not when you just want to chill. Yeah, you can do 3 colors. You can deal with that, right? Although I am going to go now real lightly over her whole face. I want her just a little darker. So I'm just going to very lightly put a nice, just little, I'm barely touching. I just want her skin just a tiny bit darker. So I'm just putting a nice little layer of the sienna over the whole face. Shh, real quietly, real easy, real gently. Just a nice little layer just to darken it up, just a little. And if I need to, I can go back in there and just keep, darkening up the shadows, whatever, like that. Then go back and blend because I have such light layers. I have such a light layer of pencil that I can go in there with other, now I'm going on top of it with the peach just to blend out the pencil marks. Keep it her skin real smooth. That. So you kind of get an idea there. If you want, you can even darken up. And I got to have a nice sharp pencil, but you could darken up around her eyes if you want. Give her a little bit more depth around the eyes. Could put some eyelashes. Maybe we'll put some eyelashes on her. So let me show you this. So they're shaded around her eyes a little. And I did go over the little black eyebrows with just a little bit to make it look like a little bit more natural brow. But you can do all kinds of things, whatever you can draw, if you can draw and stamp and whatever other things, you can do the same thing with your color books. You're the boss of your color book. Thanks. Now I think I'm going to take my Pitt pen. Let's make sure it's working here. And I think I will put a couple little eyelashes. Just a couple subtle ones here. Maybe a little bit on the bottom. Just make her look a little more made up. Don't know if it's going to want to focus. Don't know if you'll be able to see the eyelashes or not. Because I have the autofocus taken off. Can y'all see the eyelashes? Okay. So now I'm going to go back in and start blending a little bit more of her skin. Let me try to do a little bit of her hair. Hey, Colleen. Anybody else coming in? So if you're just coming in again, and I'll zoom back out in a minute, but I'm using the Doodlers Anonymous Epic Color Book. And if y'all did not see the nice write-up they did about me, go check it out. Thank you. All right, so now I'm going to do just a little bit more of, let me get a nice, this is bluey purple. I think this one will, no, it's too purple. I really want my indigo. I have to get my mag light out to see it. Oh, here it is, indigo blue. So what I'm going to do right here is I just want a little bit of darker bit around on top of that where I did the background here, because I really want it to pop. See how much better that looks right there? Let me sharpen a little more. See the little lashes? There's a little watering can. And that'd be cool to kind of maybe do, you know, she's not tilting it over, but it still might be cool to put some, I think I'd rather do it with, let me go back here with my little bit of, there's still some water left in there from the, when we did the, what do you call it, the background there. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that. Let's just go ahead and put a little of that, and then we'll put a little white highlight, just like there's some water coming out of there. Now when that dries, I can put some white gel pen on there. But it won't work while that's wet. So I can either hit it with the heat gun or just wait, because the gel pen's not going to go on that wet water. Water. Thanks, Colleen. You like the write-up? Yeah, thanks, guys. Well, y'all, I really think it's an awesome site. They got so many amazing artists. And like I said, I'm just coloring the pages. They're the ones that drew them. But they're really it's just awesome inspiration over there. You just can't go wrong subscribing to them. So I'm just going to do a little bit more darkness in the little jar that she's sitting in, the snow globe, the water globe. And again, all these leaves and all this, I will do this with, pencil or marker. So I think I'm going to kind of go from here to a little lighter, and just kind of get lighter and lighter as I go up here. And so you can get right in those tiny little bits. That's why I said there was really no point to do washes on those little tiny bits, because you go in there with color pencil and you're pretty much covering it all up. And you're not going to really tell much of a difference as far as your pencil feel or texture in those tiny, tiny little areas like that. So I think I want a little bit darker right along the leaf there. So you can see how you can get lots of shades. This is just one color, just by your, layers of, or I don't want to use the word layers because that's going to confuse people. But it is kind of like the layers, like that. See how you see how I've gone from the dark to the light with just one color, like that. So you go in here behind all these little bits, behind all the little leaves. And so what time is it? Okay, we've got a few more minutes. Just a few more, maybe 15 minutes. Let's see how much we can get done in 15. And thanks everybody for being here and for your nice comments on the article. That was really nice on Facebook and Twitter. So you can see. Thanks, Carrie. All right, let me do a little bit of her hair, because I think I do want her hair to be almost like do I want it like a blue black, or do I want it dark brown? Because I do have brown down here. I'm thinking, but I don't want it just like too black. I don't want it too, but let's go ahead and just, let's see. I might just do a little bit of shading, a little black. And then I can go in with the brown too, the dark brown. Because I do want her hair to be dark. Like India. Okay, let's see. Okay. So let's go ahead and start doing a little bit. I'm just going to really kind of take it slow on the hair, especially since I'm not quite sure if I want it more black or brown. A little bit of blue. I think I got a little water right there. It feels like I got a little water. When I was doing this, I think I dripped a little bit of water right there because the pencil's not wanting to stick right there. Let me hit it with the heat gun because I want to dry this anyway. Okay. It just felt like I was trying to go over a drop of water. Okay. And we could add, we could add some pretty jewels to her. You can, you're the boss of your color book. You can add jewels. We can add armbands. Come on, a lot of things. I don't know if I missed saying hi to anybody, but all right. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to put a nice little bit of shading here and there with some black. So I might just have her hair be very dark black brown. Give a nice contrast to the other colors. Contrast is really good. Make other colors stand out. Doesn't have to be black. It just happens that I want her hair very dark. Could I use dark blue too? Yeah, put the little, I don't know, what's that called? There's a name for the little dot. Don't email me. I mean, you can email me and tell me what it is. Somebody here is going to tell me, I'm sure. Okay. So again, I'm just going to start. And depending on how much, I can do like, different bits in her hair. You can get real detailed like this. Or just do it all with shading. Bendy, is that what it is? Bendy, okay. I used to know, those kind of things. It's just been a long time since I heard it. And when you don't hear something for a long time, you just kind of forget. At least I do if I don't hear something like that, for a long time. So anyway, I can just want to give you all the idea here. Probably real dark right under there too. Then you could have, after you finish coloring it, you could have a few wisps like coming across like this, like that. I recommend finishing coloring before you do this top layer like that. Okay, I'm just kind of showing you there. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to take the brown and just start going over the black and then off into that, because I don't want her to have gray hair. I don't want her to have gray hair. I want it to be dark, but I don't want it to be a solid black or brown. To have some, highlights. So I'm just barely going over, just nice, lightly, you know. And you can take a long time doing hair and playing and just getting every little strand or whatever. But so is there any, do y'all have any other area you want me to kind of work something on before we go? Did I miss something, a question or anything that y'all might have about anything? Because I mean, I knew when we started this we weren't going to finish. We were working on it for over 2 hours. So, and if y'all have any other sites, don't forget Paula. I guess, Paula, you're on tonight, right? Except for those of us that are watching Survivor. Oh, I'll have to watch. I always watch Paula's recording anyway because she's on late. But Journal Artista. I'm just going to keep just off layers like this. Maybe I want a little bit of a tanner color or a, not white, but just a blend. We have all day. I think as Noodle coming on at 1. Joycey coming on at 1. Wish I had that hair. But you could go in there with, gold or, whatever, gold gel pen. Put streaks of gold in her hair. That would be pretty. I'm trying not to lose all the highlights, but I want her to have very dark hair. That's why sometimes it's good to use a blue, because when you have a dark, dark black hair, you can put a blue undertone in there. That helps make it look not flat. Oh, she's not. Oh, that's right. I think I heard her say that is she on family vacation because of Christmas or something like that. Eileen. So I'm liking the blue. I am liking the blue. Gives it just a little bit more oomph. What do y'all think? Liking the blue? I am liking the blue. I'm streaming with their awesome new lighting. Oh, good. Paula. I'm streaming with my awesome new lighting. Oh, good. I'll be anxious to watch that. See how, we all fight with lighting, I'll tell you. And what's so bad is, you'd think that when the days when it's real sunny, it would be the best. The sunny days are the worst because it just flashes so much out. Okay, well, you get the idea there. I think what I want to do, I really want to go in there with some gold. Let me just try it. If it doesn't work, we can paint over it. You can paint over it. But I want to see, and again, you got to, gel pens over your pencil. You got to keep cleaning off your pen because it is picking up wax. But I'm thinking maybe some gold highlights in her hair. Bangs, her bangs are kind of coming forward like that. I'm thinking I might like that. Let's just play. Let's put a few in here. It might not show up till I hold it up to the camera so you can see the shine, the shimmer. I don't want to get on her face. She has these little cheek marks. She has like little dots for um, like under her cheek. I guess I could cover those up with a pencil color. So you can see. So you grab there. See? That looks pretty cool. Anyway, this is just pure fun for me to do color book pages. And I'm thinking the bird cage part is very it's going to get lost, the lines for the cage. So I think I'm going to go back over those. But like this one comes right across her body, right there, right there. And it's fine. You can see it there, but you don't really see it when it's coming through her hair. So I'm thinking I might go over those with a marker, or a pen rather. Like the gold in her hair. That reminds me of this gold mousse that you used in the 90s. Sometimes add a little gray hair for us older women. Okay. I'll do one with gray hair sometime. Will do. Will do. Okay, so I'm kind of leaning to the side so I can see those few little strays of hairs. I like that. I like the gold in her hair. Can you sort of see it? Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to come back over here and make sure that you can see a little bit of again, got to get the pen going because I'm going over just a little bit of white there. Not that she's even tilting it. It's holding it straight up, but that's okay. Okay, yeah, the other thing that I was talking about, let's see here. I think I want to outline the cage a little darker with a Pitt pen. I just want it a little thicker, a little more defined. And some of the flowers, see, they're coming over on the outside, like the gold. Yeah, and I think I want to do some, like, we could do some, like, arm bands. Again, got to put a little bit of gold and a little bit of something else under so that you can see them, like maybe a little. Let me sharpen my brown here. And then put the gold bracelets. Something like that. That would be the details you'd want to do when you're completely like done, you know. Same thing, really. Actually, I should wait and do this when I'm completely done, but I'm going to go ahead and do it because I want y'all to see some more ideas. Just goes right over the top of all this. See, gives it a little bit more oomph. You know what would be cool? You know those, and I'll tell you where I saw it recently. You know those remember the oil lamps that had the oil dripping down the strings? Cinnamon Cooney has one of those in her studio. I saw it on one of her videos, or two of her videos. I don't get to watch her very often, but I did notice that she has one of those oil lamps behind her in her show. That's what this is kind of reminding me of. We could put oil dripping down, gold oil. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be kind of awesome. Your grandmother had one of those? I remember they were very expensive. I don't know if Mom had a tiny one. I think she had a tiny one. For some reason, I remember them being kind of expensive, but I don't remember, you know. I didn't have one. But I pretty much had all macrame. Okay, what carries is it? The eyes along the bottom are kind of freaky. Oh, the eyes, yeah. I guess it's supposed to be the all-seeing eye, you know, but a bunch of them. Okay, I gotta turn this sideways again because I want to kind of go kind of straight, you know. I'm just going over the little cage lines. Grows oil lamp. Does it have the kind that's on the string that drips down, Julie? You know, that runs down the strings. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Cinnamon Cooney has one in her uh, studio. All right, so the black is not wanting to go over the gold gel pen very well. So that's something to consider. You get, and I think this pen actually is almost out. It's an old one. But it does not want to go over the gold gel pen very easily, so. See eggs. You see eggs at the bottom. Chicken, robin, speckled egg. Oh, this? I see those as water droplets. I don't know. Oh, you mean this? I think, well, I guess it could be robin eggs. I'm thinking they're rocks. I'm thinking like that's the ocean floor, and those are some rocks. All right, let me go on this edge here. But that's the thing about your color book. You're the boss of it. And this Doodlers Anonymous color book, it just like invites you to put your own touch. Because there's so much, you know, cool doodleness going on. It's just that you want to just add to it. At least I do. Don't be afraid to make it your own. But if you want me to finish this up, it's going to have to be on another part. I need to go get some gift cards. I don't think I'm going to make it to my mail today. I need to go get a couple gift cards to get in the mail today, but I don't think I'm going to make it. Even if I stop now, go to the store and come back and put them in my mailbox. So if a few people don't get their gift cards on time, I blame it, y'all. Okay, so Colleen has an oil lamp that runs down the string. She got hers a yard sale. Hey, Whippy. Oh, wait. What is that? Your foot hurts. Kia are eggs some kind of a symbol? Eggs are a symbol. Eggs are a symbol. Okay. There we go. I'm thinking I'm going to make some nice black and I'll highlight them, but I think I want something like it looks like it's attached right here. It just doesn't look like it's finished right there without some black dots to attach. And then I won't leave it that harsh black. I'll put a little white on there. So again, you know, we still have all that's black. But make sure when you're looking for black or indigo, you distinguish between the two. And someone said put a piece of washi tape on. I think I'll do that right now. I'm gonna get a bit of washi tape. Let me get a bit of blue, so just so I'll know that that's why I got it on there. Just get a little tiny bit of blue. Hey, Vicky. Thank you so much for the card with the gator and the reindeer. You're welcome. I think you got a couple things coming. I think you have like one or two more things coming, Vicky. Now, you know what? I think I want to put it right in the middle, though. Reason being, that way I can sharpen from both ends. Okay? If I have it on this end, I can't sharpen it. But if you put your tape in the middle, then you can sharpen at either end. There we go. Okay. Now, it better stick. All right. So anyway, yeah, if I don't get my cards in the mail till tomorrow and they don't get them on time, I'll blame you guys. Yeah, where's my, I have a list of some certain things. Where did I put this? Hang on. Where did I put that list? Oh, here we go. Hang on. Let me see here real quick. Yeah, I thought so. I wanted to make sure before I said, but yeah, I sent you one of Miss Martha's prints, Vicky, because all you're dealing with your mom. I thought you needed something extra, so that's coming your way. Did everyone vote on? Yes, I voted on our tree. Put the link in, Carrie. Debbie Boring's tree, her Christmas tree. It's like a showpiece. I'm telling you, it is like a showpiece. So you guys go and check it out and vote that for Debbie's tree. What I don't know what you get if you win, Debbie. Do you get anything? You should. That tree is like could be in a Macy's store window. I am telling you. Oh, you're welcome. I thought that would cheer you up. It's from all of us, from Miss Martha too. We love you, Vicky. I know the holidays are extra hard on certain people. Jean said, "That's okay, Dee Dee. I don't mind waiting for my gift card till after Christmas." You do have a Christmas card coming, Jean. Remember I told you I was going to send you one? I did. Now, whether it gets up to the end of Mars before Christmas, that's another story. I sent it out about a week ago, though, Jean. So, 2 weeks to Mars, that might, well, that's still probably pushing it, isn't it? Same thing for a couple other Martians. A couple other Martians got some things coming. But I don't know if they'll get there by Christmas. Hopefully. It is, her tree is stunning. Yeah. Thanks, Carrie, for putting in the link. Is Debbie still here? She might have left. I don't see her. Yeah, y'all go vote on her tree. It's awesome. All right, so I'm just coloring in a little bit more, I want this to be a lot darker than the, gray blue of the kind of background there. But I am going to have to take a quick break, guys. Run downstairs, get a cup of coffee. So if you want me to finish this, I can do another part. Since Noodle's not streaming, I can come back, but it'll have to be part 2 because obviously we're not going to finish it in 5 minutes, which is about all we got left. I'm liking that. So you can still see a little bit of light and dark right there around there, a little bit right in there. And it really, technically, I could really spend a little bit more time getting in between each one of these. Make it really nice. Back in there. So you just, that's just with one color. Look, you can get nice shades with one color. Janet. Stay tuned for our video, hubby's snow scene. Oh, wow. There's Debbie. We have until 7:30 when Z comes on. Yes, Xander comes on at 7:30. Again, you know, I'm not able to watch anything on, well, after tonight, I can probably make it to Xandra's because, you know, Wednesday nights are Survivor nights, and this is the 3-hour final tonight. So me and I think there's about 8 of us that tweet while it's on. Sometimes Rupert tweets with us. Remember Pirate Rupert, if y'all are Survivor fans. He tweets with us every now and then. Okay, so there we go. I think I'll stop on this part right there, guys. That's a good stopping point. So you can kind of see what we got so far. And I'm zoomed in so that people, you know, everybody can see what I'm coloring, but it's coming along. They'll probably finish it in about another hour, I think. Okay, guys, so I'm not going to leave you guys that are in chat. I'm just going to stop it and save it, and then before I hit record again, I'm going to take a break. So just hang out here in chat. It shouldn't affect you if you're sitting here in chat. And I will finish it. So again, this is Doodlers Anonymous Epic Coloring Book. It's awesome. I got mine at Books A Million. If you ordered it off of Amazon, I'm sure you can. I haven't looked on Amazon because I can get mine at Books A Million. But if you do get this or any of the other color books that we talk about, use Paula's A store number. This is Journal Artista, Journal 0 through 38-20. And she has an A store, so she gets, you know, she'll get a couple of cents off of every purchase. You don't pay an extra couple of cents. Amazon pays a couple extra cents so that she can have a store. So, okay, guys, I will BRB for part 2. If you're watching the recording, thanks for being here. And go visit Doodlers Anonymous. Okay, guys.